No one's coming on. No one's coming on. I tried. I tried everything I had, and it doesn't fucking work. Why? Because reasons. Maybe I have some money on the fucking Instagram side, but YouTube, nope. Nothing I have fucking connects the way it's supposed to. You know what? I got better shit to do. That includes taking another fucking shot. You guys fucking listen when you do that shit. I don't care today. I really don't fucking care. Hey, Ken, why are you doing the fucking, the call in? You're doing the landline shit. You have people call in. I don't know why. Shouldn't have bothered in the first fucking place. Really shouldn't have. So no, nobody's coming on StreamYards. That's not happening. Like there was going to be anybody who's going to come on anyways. Fucking hell. Would you guys like to know how my night went tonight? I guess if you're look at the title or whatever, you probably have an idea. I went to my buddy's place, help her with her things. She wanted to dig a trench basically by one part of her barn that ends up getting a lot of rain kind of build up there, and it eats at the lower part of her barn. We actually scraped it last night. So we did that, and did that last night. Got most of that scraped out and other things done. This time we went to basically dig trench, and what my thought was, both of us had pickaxes, and I figured since it was two of us, we'll get to that, Ray John. Since there was two of us, it was okay. You can start on that second half there, and then both of us kind of work our way that way. Turns out hers was like way fucking easier. I had to basically dig through like almost nothing but fucking rocks. I mean, almost nothing but rocks. I had a picture. I was going to post it tonight, but something else came up, and that's why I'm doing this now. This is a Renegade broadcast. I had not planned this shit at all. By the way, nice to know all the fucking audio equipment that I got doesn't fucking work. That's fucking nice. And if you're listening on YouTube, you might be hearing the vibration from the notifications I've been getting. I turned a lot of the Google Play shit off, and I've been getting nothing but notifications ever since, and I'm not sure how to turn those off. I'm not sure why Google Play needs to have access to my fucking camera and my phone system, by the way. Just a random thought there. But we do that. We get to painting and stuff, and it actually gets kind of late in the night. I still have the paint on my fingers, actually, or not the paint, but the primer. And my thought was like, you know what? Like, we already started this. Might as well fucking finish it. We go ahead and do that. She pays me for my time there. 2.5 hours. And I head into Seattle to go work. Now it's funny, like I had this holster. It was for a stun baton. Nothing really serious is made of plastic and all this stuff, so you don't want to actually use that in real, actual combat situation. More on that coming up, by the way. I even said as much. So there's certain things you can do with it if you need to, but basically, it has the intimidation factor to it. You know, kind of like arc the stun part of it, the taser part. And usually that's enough to get people's attention. Usually it's enough to get people to actually maybe have some second thoughts like, okay, maybe this is not a good idea. That's the idea behind it. You don't actually want to use one of those in a situation. Trust me, I've had one tried on me and then another person in a parking lot across the street from the bar that I got 86 from. And it's basically you're relying on pain compliance at that point. And if you know about anything about people who maybe like hopped up on things, you don't want to rely on pain compliance. Trust me, you don't. So really, all it is an intimidation thing. All right, this guy's serious. You might not want to fuck with this guy. That's the idea. It's funny. I showed that up, and yeah, I showed off the holster I had for it. I did a shit ton of reinforcement. Even if the products that you get, as far as the tasers and stun guns and flashlights and all that other shit, if you get good ones, even if they're good ones, the holsters that you get with them, they're complete shit. Like the one I had, it lasted. It was on a thread basically. The first night I fucking carried it. And so I did a lot of reinforcement that involves industrial staples and JB Clear, actually. Which, given what I'm going to use it for now, might actually need JB Weld, like the original stuff. Like the real fucking strong stuff. Yeah, to make this kind of a shorter story, I end up at this area, and this is a building that is always a fucking trouble building, just trying to find like the address. There's like 2 or 3 different apartments there that I would have to deliver to. And I'm calling the person, trying to figure out where she wants me to deliver to. Turns out I walk on the wrong side of the block. She's on the other side. So I have to walk through there, and there's some like homeless dude or something. He has his dog, and he's like, I guess he's camping in for the night or whatever. And I'm walking up, and the fucking dog just like, usually you don't see this all that often in Seattle. This is the first time I think I've actually had that happen. But the dog got aggressive, and the guy, he pulled his dog back and all this stuff. I kind of get in my sort of fighting stance or whatever. It's like, I don't know what the fuck is going on here. I mean, I asked, was like, what the fuck is up with your dog, dude? Now, keep in mind, I have my riot helmet, the kind of mock-up riot helmet, really. And, all the other stuff that I have with me. I don't have any of the metal on or anything. And he makes a comment like, oh, yeah, you probably wouldn't have reacted like that if, you didn't look the way you did. Now, I don't know if he was talking about the gear I had or my skin color. This guy was white, by the way. Who knows? This was in Capitol Hill, after all. And I kind of walk by, whatever. And he keeps talking shit, and that gets me... Look, I'm not going to shy away from that. You guys can give me shit about that if you want. I don't shy away from these fucking incidents. So yeah, okay, that was probably a factor. Maybe I should have shut my trap. Who fucking knows? But I ain't backing down, not from these fucking retards. She's like, okay, yeah, you want to talk shit? Come over here and fucking do it to my face. I'm right fucking here. I'm delivering an order at the time, so I'm working on that. He actually does fucking walk up, still talking shit, all this stuff. Keep in mind, I definitely outweigh this guy by at least 50 pounds of muscle. At least. By the time he figures out where the hell I am, like, I'm already entering the building, whatever. Deliver the order. I tell the lady who had the order, like, well, I might have to go behead somebody downstairs. She kind of laughs. Maybe she thought I was kidding. I wasn't. So I go back downstairs. I put my, I put my phone in my pocket. I grab my stun baton. I get that ready to go because I figure, I might actually have to, need that in order to keep this guy off of me or whatever. And so I start walking he starts talking shit, whatever. And he has this other guy has longer hair, kind of poofy afro. Not an afro, but in between like an afro and just, I don't know, kind of like long curly hair or whatever. This guy starts talking all kinds of shit now. Maybe I could have just gotten away, but I didn't want to get my windows busted. My car was right there. So I kind of had to protect that as well. And so this guy comes at me talking all kinds of shit. And you've seen videos of like the fucking Antifa people where they're getting all fucking riled up and shit. This is pretty much what this guy did. So like I had the fucking stun baton. I fired that off. Then some, hey bro, you got your fucking stomach. Why don't you fight with the real, fight like a real man, like without fucking weapons and shit. Keep in mind, he's coming at me with a fucking skateboard. Literally coming at me with a skateboard. Yeah, I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight fair with this shit. Okay, fine. Probably could have. Actually, I know it could have. You'll know why in a moment. So long story short, he comes up. No reason. I don't know why the fuck these guys were like a type, but they were. It doesn't really matter at that point. So it comes out in the middle of the street and he starts swinging his skateboard. And the first time he did it, when he was in range, I just blocked it. And I thought maybe I'd be able to use like the stun baton or something like. No, like I predicted, that shit broke within the first fucking engagement. Do not use a plastic baton for self-defense, is what I'm saying. Not that I was actually using self-defense. I just wanted to see if I could use it. And that did not work, obviously. And he swings again, and I block again. By the way, we'll talk about that in a moment. I block it again. And this time I throw out a sidekick. I mean, this is kind of unplanned or whatever. Keep in mind, when you're in a combat scenario, you don't know exactly what the fuck you're going to do. You don't know exactly what your opponent's going to do. And your opponent certainly doesn't know what they're going to fucking do. Keep that in mind. So I thought it's like I didn't get as much as I wanted out of it. I definitely fucking set him back, though. Because he did not attack again. I still don't know what kind of damage I did to him. But apparently I did enough that like he didn't want to engage anymore. No, I even kind of like when I was like, okay, fine, you want to fucking fight? I threw the fucking broken baton, so I was like, all right, you want to fight? Let's go. And he did the kind of thing like he's gonna square up, but he keeps backing up and all this shit. He even did things like, hey, you want to have a fair fight? He throws a skateboard, so like, you want to fight now? Like, well, that would mean that I'm now seeking a fight out. I'm not just defending myself. So he could take that, if I beat the living shit out of him, he can go take that to the police and then I can get arrested, and charged with, I don't know, assault or whatever. Instead of him basically assaulting me, which is what happened. Guy literally came at me with a fucking skateboard. By the way, the reason I'm doing this, it's not to brag or anything. That it really is nothing to brag about. That was a whole fucking fight. And I'll say, you know what? If I had to say so, kind of a poor showing on my part. I should have did way more damage than I did. Okay, I was kind of being careful. I didn't want to hurt the guy or whatever because, that gets the authorities involved, especially in that area. But Jesus Christ, I should have maybe like cracked a rib or something. I should have been maybe a little bit more prepared. I actually went into, I told my buddy this, like, you know what, like I have this, holstered, stun baton or something, and I reinforced the holster so like it's not going to fall apart. And so, I don't think I'm going to need it tonight. Turns out this is the first night I needed it, and it failed utterly. Maybe I should have seen that coming. I don't know. Yeah, but that happened. And my other weapons, they were a little bit farther away than I would have liked. I've since remedied that. I've retooled what I've got going on. Even pulled out the dead-on hammer. I have that on the holster now. And that's going to be a everyday carry from now on, which we'll talk about in a moment. Yeah, as far as these assholes, like, yeah, as soon as I actually landed a fucking hit, they fucking backed off. They were still talking a whole lot of shit. They weren't coming up to me, though. That skateboard fucking disappeared quickly. But again, they went back to just running their fucking mouths. And so did I. And you guys can see that, in the video that I posted both on Twitter and on Instagram. I don't know. Am I able to show that on YouTube? I'm not sure. It says something about that. I don't see it here, so I'm not going to worry about it. Now, again, I basically took 0 damage. They took a little bit. Might have actually had to kill that poor dog if I had actually pursued them. Because the dog doesn't know. He's just protected his own. He doesn't know his owner's a fucking idiot. A fucking retard. He's just protected his owner. Fair enough. Not mad at the dog. Again, this is the first dog I've run across, where there was an adverse reaction to me being there. Usually they're pretty fucking friendly. And by the way, with the gear that I normally have on. And again, I'm no small guy. I'm 6'2". I'm wearing just kind of regular shirt, but you could still see the muscles I have under them. Even if you don't know my martial background, you can tell I'm not somebody to fuck with. I have a lot of the other things that would have worked as a deterrent, and all of them failed, basically. Size, baton, all this other shit. The point I'm making is that these humans have devolved to the point where, like, literally, the only thing you can do is actually fucking take them out. No intimidation tactics are going to work by the time they get riled up enough. No negotiations are going to work. Even running away, I have that written down here, actually. That's just going to encourage them. They're going to chase you. Just so you know. And that's why I'm doing this. I'm actually simulcasted both on YouTube and Instagram. I want to make sure both sides hear this, because you guys listen to both. You gotta listen to one or the other, maybe both. But I wanted to make sure I got this out there. Right now, I should be like washing my dishes and doing other shit right now. I am now telling you, as far as personal safety goes, maybe not economically. So the getting gas, I guess, every night that you have an outing, making sure you're completely topped off. Having cash and silver on hand and all this stuff, which you should have anyways. I'm not talking about the economics or the political part of that. I'm talking about literally personal safety. You don't know if this is going to happen in your fucking neighborhood. I didn't see this shit coming. It's been pretty fucking calm the last 3 or 4 weeks. And then this shit happens. These retards literally would not fucking stop until I actually, applied force that they couldn't deal with. That's the only thing these fuckers understand, is that is force. And even then, they're still talking a whole lot of shit. Now, if I actually bashed their fucking heads in, if I'd actually beheaded them, or cut them open, maybe they would have shut the fuck up. But they, what am I going to do? Deal with the fucking court system afterwards? I actually told this to a few people. It's bad when Seattle is saying, hey, maybe you want to have a concealed carry permit or something like that. So you can pull a gun on these assholes. Have you seen what happens when you pull guns on people that are actively threatening your very existence? The police are arresting you now. They're not arresting them. They're arresting you. The whole point about, a firearm being the last resort, Kyle Rittenhouse style, that point aside, you don't want to show that shit at all, because you know what? I don't know about you. I don't want to have to deal with the fucking legal system. That's why I work with what I work with. By the way, I just added something to my Amazon list before I went live here. Yes, I know this is a very late hour. Yes, I know this is probably a work day for you. Actually, maybe it's not a work day for you. This is actually a Labor Day. A day where you celebrate, the labor of what people do by not working. But a weekday night, nevertheless. Well, no, I had to do this while it was fresh in my mind. I had to. Because this shit is important. These fuckers aren't stopping. These fucking retards they were the literal definition of fucking soy boys. Again, the guy swung a skateboard at me twice. I blocked it easily. I don't have a scratch on me. I don't have a bruise on me. Maybe there'll be one tomorrow. Who knows? I doubt it. Based on this fucker's build. Again, I'm thinking back as like, maybe I should have grabbed a skateboard for him. Maybe I should have did more damage. I don't know. You don't know when you're in that fucking situation. Hey, I'm here to tell the tale, so clearly I did something right. That sidekick that I threw into his gut there. Again, I wasn't trying to hurt the guy. Maybe I am too nice. I don't know. But it stopped him. It fucking worked. The guy was still standing. I kind of wish he wasn't standing, but he was standing nonetheless. From a sidekick, no matter. Again, I'm blocking and, striking at the same fucking time. You do make your sacrifices with that kind of thing. And I didn't have a weapon in my hand at the time that I could use. I mean, I thought about grabbing it, but I don't want to grab a deadly weapon. I don't want that to be a casing. Again, I don't feel like going to court. I don't feel like having the police get involved. But they're getting that fucking bold. That's what I'm saying. And so, I gotta be honest. You've seen what I had to say on Instagram, maybe. If you're listening to this now, maybe on Twitter as well. I know Morgan of RoguePreparedness.com. I sent her a message about this. I am now calling it's now 29 days until popcorn and beheading season, which we'll be talking about in a moment. Really? Bacon? Really? I'm now calling DEFCON 2 as far as personal safety goes. Not economics. You don't need to gas up every day, though. If you can, I would encourage it. Whenever you go out, you get groceries or drive people around, get your gas now. Make sure you're topped off. You don't have to do that now, and I'm not going to be doing that right now. But if you can, I guess that's one thing you could do. Make sure you have cash on hand. Make sure you have silver on hand if you have it. Well, this should be something you're doing anyways. Make sure you have enough food on hand and the provisions to actually keep it, edible and ready to go, ready to cook. That's something you should be doing anyways. If you got firearms and ammunition stuff, don't worry about taking it to the range. Do dry fire exercises, get lasers and all like other shit, like the laser ammo or whatever. Make sure you can get that and use that instead. Because I don't know, Morgan has documented this, so have other people. Like ammo kind of expensive these days. I can't imagine why. In the meantime, as far as this is what I've started to do. I'm glad I reinforced this holster because now it doesn't carry the baton that I ended up breaking like first fucking contact. It now carries my dead-on hammer. That's the one that I just kind of have in case I need to have some access really quickly. Yeah, now it's on a holster. Now I'm gonna have to do some other things to make it more not palatable. What the fuck is the word? Easier to carry because it swings around a lot just on how the holster is designed. It wasn't designed to carry something that was like 3 fucking pounds or however fucking heavy this hammer is. It was just designed to carry this kind of lightweight taser baton basically. But it fits, and it took a while. I actually had to break it in. It wasn't used to the girth of the hammer there. At least the handle. Just the tip, basically. I had to work that in, basically. Something I'm used to, but not with this. I got it down there, but I have to do other things. I think what I'll do is the bottom end of it, which is untethered. I'll have to do like some strap or something around it. Maybe strap it to my leg. Something to build around it. So it's not swinging around. It's like hitting the back of my knees and all this shit. So I can walk around okay with it. Another weapon, actually, this would be kind of a ranged weapon. I actually just added this to my Amazon Prime list. It's not going to arrive as soon as I want it, but probably good to have anyways. Bear spray. TJMartinell.com. Martinell with 2 L's, by the way. Not like the apple juice. We were actually talking about that, at the meetup we had. You know what? You don't want to pull out a gun. You don't want to pull out a knife. Those are recognized as, deadly weapons. I imagine a hammer is as well, but most people don't think about that. if they even know, if they even notice it. I mean, if you have bear mace, that's clear. You're just trying to deter these fuckers at range, mind you. When I sucked, I think it has a range of like 35 feet or something. And especially if you're like me, you're wearing a respirator. I might have to start wearing that full time now, especially as soon as I get that. I don't know what the fuck is going to happen. I don't know if these guys are going to fucking show up again. They even say, like, hey, we know what your car looks like now. That's why I couldn't just run away. I had my fucking car there. I didn't want to risk these guys breaking a fucking window or me having to run them over, which also would have caused legal issues. But, if I had bear mace, that would have been a game changer. Okay, you got your skateboard. I got bear mace. Hope you know how to fucking use it. Oh, wait, you don't. You were hitting me with the fucking wide in it. You're supposed to hit with the thin end that has a lot more force behind it. You fucking retards. I should have grabbed it and showed you how to use it. I really should have. Now, again, in a moment, you don't know what you're going to do. Hey, I landed that sidekick, though. That was nice. But whatever. You carry weapons that you have. Like, I have my hammer. Maybe I'm still going to get the batons, the extendable batons, of which, again, I figure, if I get those and just kind of extend them, that will give some pause. But based on my last account, that's not going to happen. You're going to need to have to fucking use them. If you're going to carry them, you're going to have to use them. And so whatever weapons you're capable of, again, no guns, no knives. Use those as a last defense. Don't worry, I carry both. But you don't want to use those unless your life is literally on the line. And by the way, you better make sure you can actually prove that. More on that coming up. Because as Joe Dolio has pointed out, tactical-wisdom.com, by the way, as he's pointed out, for whatever reason, even though the police are literally being targeted by these assholes, they're arresting us. They're not arresting them. Keep that in mind. We talk about that a little bit more. I am now authorizing preemptive strikes. What is preemptive? You don't wait for that person to strike. You strike him before he can strike you. Now, against these fucking soul boys, I knew what the fuck I was doing, so I wasn't worried about it. You may not be me, though. You may not have decades of, martial experience and training and all this shit. You don't have, and even then, they were talking, oh, you fight fair. Like, I'm not fighting fair. Fuck you. I don't know what the fuck you're capable of. I had an idea, but I'm not taking any chances. So no, you take care of them before they can take care of you. You don't wait for them to strike and then strike back. You don't wait for that to be a self-defense thing. You take them out first. You're already telling, by the way, you're already telling with your voice, hey, I don't want you this close to me. And they're going to keep violating anyways. That means they have other ideas of what to do than just talk and negotiate or whatever. They mean you fucking harm. So you are perfectly, you're legally liable, or not liable, but you're okay to actually just go ahead and take care of them right then and there. And to help back that up, body cam. Now, I have a helmet mounted camera. By the way, I think I have this coming up, but it's not the best. It's not an actual combat helmet, but it's definitely better than nothing. And it certainly looks the part. Even with all that on, they still went full fucking retard. They still did. They still thought they could fucking take me. They didn't even know, well, I guess they didn't know martial experience that I have. The one guy who engaged me found out. A very small amount, by the way. That's a lot how a lot of those fights end up, by the way. It's no big fucking shootout, It's no cinematic masterpiece or anything. It's like 1-2 strikes, maybe a throw or something, you know, and then that's the whole fight. That's usually how that ends up happening, at least as far as my experience is concerned. So he tried to hit me a couple of times. I managed to land a fucking side kick, which did not do as much damage as I wanted it to, but it did enough damage that he's like, I'm going to back off, but I'm going to keep talking shit. What a body cam would do, or what I have like the helmet cam, if you end up in kind of a legal situation, what that means is that you actually have, you know, documented proof that, you know, this guy, he has a skateboard, he's coming at you with a skateboard, and he's actually actively striking you with a skateboard, which means you are now legally defending yourself. So make sure you have some sort of camera. I'm actually going to redo mine. I just have it set so it just takes pictures if I click a button. I'm going to reset it to actually fucking camcord every time I plug it in. This is a very contingent. I don't run, as you can fucking see. Well, I couldn't run because my car was right there. Maybe I could have done some gray man shit. We're going to talk about that in a minute. I could have. But I wasn't going to run from these assholes. Fuck that. The fuck are they going to do? What are they going to do? Kick my ass? Good luck. They already tried, and they figured out they couldn't. And I barely had to move. But if you have the option, run. Now, maybe you'll get caught. If you're Nick Shoelander, you don't have very long legs anyway, so you're probably going to get caught. Plan on getting caught. Plan on what you're going to do if somebody catches up with you. By the way, that's actually a very good strategy. If you're dealing with multiple people, not all of them are going to be able to run at the same speed as everyone else. So you have some people who will be able to catch up with you better than others. If you run, you basically thin them out. And so you're dealing with one, maybe two people by the time they catch you. Then you can dispatch those 1 or 2 people, and then you can keep running. Because as soon as you have the cardio to do this, by the way, hopefully you have your cardio ready to go. And then you have the next group, 1, maybe 2 people. You can dispatch them. Depends on how many people there are. So that is a strategy. You know, kind of tactical withdrawal or whatever. That is one thing you can do. Once you get away, have a change of clothes. It's going back to the gray man thing. I actually just updated a lot of my shit. I now have jeans in there. I have different shirts. I actually have a hat. I actually do wear a hat pretty well. I might do that for a dating profile, actually. Once I have time to deal with that shit. But you know what? Okay. My normal garb, basically. There's the ride helmet. There's the respirator. There's the aviators that I wear. Keep that in mind. Usually wearing just a regular t-shirt. And I have cargo shorts and whatever kind of shoes I have. I can swap all that out. And I could have, what do you call it? Different kind of shoes. I probably should have some other shoes in the car, actually. Now that I think about it, I'm going to add that tomorrow. Different kind of shoes. Actually, I'm not sure if I should, because there's only still those I have. I might keep those. Because most people don't think to look for shoes. But that might be something I'll deal with at some point anyways. Different socks. You know, actual jeans, that's going to be different from the cargo shorts. Different shirt. An actual, like, kind of gaiter that can go over your face, like a face covering. It's going to be different than having a respirator. Have a cap. I actually have the cap in the car now. And I have other things, you know, and this is something I was thinking about. Just in case, I don't know, I get stranded or something in some places cold and, you know, you need to have some warmer clothes. what I would not normally carry because I usually don't need it. But it also works for, if I need to dress up as something else so people don't recognize me. So these are the next point. Your plates, if you can, cover them. I didn't have to do it this time because these idiots were smart enough to actually take pictures of them. They recognize my vehicle now, of which I guess if I'm in the Capitol Hill area, that's going to be a little bit worrying. But who knows if I'll ever see these guys again. But, that's enough of a reminder. Who knows if they have the ability to actually, look up plates like I can do. Who knows? And so you don't want these guys. Luckily, until next year, actually, my plates are actually going to lead to an address that's not where I am now, so they can go to my old neighbors and try to fuck with them. That'd be fucking hilarious results. I actually would show up with popcorn just to fucking watch that. But that's one thing, most of you guys haven't done that, and I'm going to join you within a few months. I'll have to have my plate switched over to where my actual residence is. Who knows if I'll have to do that, actually. I might not have to do that, actually, now that I think about it. Because no one here actually has fucking checked. But yeah, if you have your place in there registered to where you live, and they get a snapshot of that and are capable of looking it up, they could fucking find that shit. And they could find out where you live. That's how the police do it. And you can do that as a civilian as well. Ask me how I know. So if you can cover your plates, at least for whatever period that you're in this, do so. Final one. I know I'm missing some other stuff here. This is impromptu, just so you know. I did not plan to do this. This just fucking happened. Again, I did not plan to get attacked with a fucking skateboard. But it fucking happened. Final point, armor. I'm actually gonna move this up the list here. Borush is here. Yes, I'm okay. I'm fine. Trust me. These fucking well, that's one reason I wanted to actually do this. These fucking retards, they're the definition of soy boys, and they still fucking attacked me. Okay, they did no fucking damage basically whatsoever. They broke my baton, but they didn't do any damage to me at all. And I was like, I could have taken a hit on the fucking head without any protection. It was like, I could have just fucking stood there and looked at them. But the fact is, they feel bold enough to actually fucking do this shit in the first fucking place. They're that fucking retarded. They don't recognize any fucking threat unless it's literally Hitler, like cutting their fucking throats open or bashing their heads in. What I've been saying for the last couple of weeks or 3 weeks or whatever, I literally just had to deal with. That's what happened. I recapped why this ended up, being an issue. Okay, fine. I ran my mouth too because that's what I do. I don't back down. But these fuckers took the fucking bait. I didn't think they would. They did. It's getting that bad. Now I'm calling for DEFCON 2 for my listeners, my following, the fornicators or whatever. As far as like the personal safety shit goes. I was like, you know what? They're not gonna stop. They're not gonna stop. And that's what's going on right now. They literally did not stop. I got into a fucking fight in the middle of the fucking street. Okay, if I call in. Shit. I don't know how I would do that. I'm simulcasting actually. So I don't know how I'll fucking do that. Shit. I did not think of this. Actually, I can end the live stream on the big screen and just set it up for that. Let me get through the final point and then we can do that. Armor. I'm going to get right back on that. I didn't think I'd be getting back to that. I'm on both, Bull Rush. You're listening to me on YouTube. I'm also simulcasting on Instagram. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm trying to warn my listeners on both sides. You know, you guys should be on DEFCON 2 right now. I'm on Instagram if you want to jump on that. I'm live on there. And I'm going to guess in about 14 minutes or so, that's going to end. I could always relaunch it. Actually, yeah. Go on Instagram. It should be on there. Hang on. See if I send it to you. I want to see these live videos. What the hell? Oh, well, there you are. Okay. Got about 13 minutes to go. All right. Hello, Bull Rush. Welcome to, I guess, the Renegade broadcast. You in the shop or something?
What's going on?
Well, guess who had to fend off a fucking skateboarder? They go, well, I'll fucking guess. I'll sit here and wait.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
All right, cool. Yeah, I was sharpening this razor up, and I lost track of time, man. Shit, what happened to you? What the hell's going on? What are you doing over there? Fuck.
Hey, it is just part of being in the line of duty. Hey, I'm an essential worker here, and I'm literally putting my life on the line here in more ways than one to actually serve my customers. That's what's happening. Now, to recap that story, basically, I was walking past. I was trying to figure out. This is one of these trouble addresses, so I'm calling ahead. And by the way, this lady was on the line for this. Somebody was like, they were like setting up their little homeless camp outside of this building, and their dog ended up barking at me. And the guy ended up getting fucking snippy. And you know me, I'm not backing down. I was like, fuck you, asshole. Come do something about it. He starts to come after me. I go into the fucking building. I'm thinking, it was like, okay, he's probably gonna be gone or something or whatever by that time is up. No, he has another friend outside. By the time you get back out, I have this fucking stun baton, which basically the only real reason you would have it is because it makes that like kind of arcing sound, you know, like tasers do. And so I fire that off. Literally, they fucking ignore that. He comes after me with a fucking skateboard, tries to hit me twice, misses both times. I block basically both of them. I land a sidekick, not the way I want to because I was blocking kick at the same time. You can probably understand the mechanics of that. So I didn't do the kind of damage that I wanted to do, but it was enough to kind of give him pause, and he kind of just went and backed off. Now this guy, he is not a big fucking, this again, basically a fucking soy boy, basically. With long hair, actually, this guy who ended up dealing with. But the fact that they actually felt bold enough to fucking attack me, that's why I'm doing this. It's like, these guys are that fucking bold. Like, they're actually fucking attacking people who look like me. Now, even you'll point out, I'm not the most intimidated faker there, but I ain't no fucking small guy either. And they still fucking went after me. So that's what happened. Huh?
How many of them were there?
There was two of them. Only one of them attacked me, actually. It wouldn't matter if both of them did, though. I wouldn't have cared. Just to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, now I'm looking back. I was like, maybe I should have grabbed the skateboard. Maybe I should have elbowed him or something. Like, But again, you know, and you probably know, you would know this because you've been in those situations. Like, you don't know what the fuck is gonna happen in the fight. My thing was like, you look, okay, I don't want to get the police involved. That's my thing. I don't want to deal with that shit. Otherwise, I don't care. And so now I'm not trying to like, I don't want to send this guy to the hospital that they're gonna fucking come after me or whatever. And then there's the whole other thing, I guess, as far as I go, is like, I'm kind of the nice guy as far as my martial arts school goes. It's like, I'm not going to do that much damage. No, I'm dead serious. I'm known as the nice guy there.
Okay.
Dead serious. And that literally played out tonight.
The nice guys.
What's that?
Saying. So you know what happens to nice guys. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're right. If you push me enough, you will definitely get me out of that fucking mode. Trust me, I've done it. But yeah, that was kind of, and I really didn't even need that much anyways. I didn't even get my heart rate up all that much, to be honest. I thought, you know, you maybe you have like kind of those adrenaline shakes or something after you get out of a big ass fight. I don't know. When somebody comes after you with a big ass piece of wood, which I think that was the other reason that I didn't do the damage. I didn't get close enough. I had just enough reach to kind of like hit his like kind of sternum or something and back him up, because he was basically using like as much range as he could, which that was a good idea on his part.
Did he was the person the guy that you beat up or whatever, was he still conscious whenever you left?
Oh yeah, he was.
Bro, don't ever fucking do that ever again. Don't ever fucking do that again.
No,
you're gonna engage somebody. No. You listen to me. If someone tries to fucking attack you and you leave them laying on the ground so conscious, they can still get up and fuck you up from behind, man. Don't you ever do that shit again. If they're gonna do that, you be fucking ruthless. Until they're dead or unconscious, then you can leave.
No, you're right. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though.
Don't be fucking.
No, you're right. You're right in the martial sense. You're right in that. Here's what was going through my head. Like, look, I don't want to get the cops involved. And so by the time I actually made comment, like he backed off, basically the fight's over. He's still talking a whole lot of shit, fine, but he's not engaging anymore. So if I gauge him again, that's me coming, now I'm looking for a fight. Now people think like it's the Kyle Rittenhouse thing, but they're saying that they basically will be a fight now. So now I'm legally liable for that shit. Trust me, I had that in fucking mind. I was gonna come after his ass, and then I kind of realized that that's why I backed off.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you like this: it's better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6.
Well, I knew he wasn't gonna do anything else. That's why I didn't fucking presume. He wasn't gonna do anything else. It was that he knew he could run his mouth, but he wasn't gonna do anything else. That's why I backed off.
Teach me that trick.
Fair enough.
Fucking mind reader. Give me the next week's lottery numbers.
I don't know. That's fucking
youngster, man. I swear. No, it's just seriously. I've seen too many fights, and I've been in too many fights where guys fucking act like they give up, and they turn around and fucking hit the motherfucker from behind.
Oh, don't worry. I kept an eye on him. I went and grabbed all the weapons, by the way. By the way, my new everyday carry now, my dead-on hammer. I think I may have told you about that. It's basically like a 2-foot-long hammer, basically. And that's, I don't know if you saw any of the posts. It was like, that was the post I had a video. Like, basically, I recorded these assholes. I don't think I got a very good picture of their face or anything.
When you got the hammer, did it come with a free pair of parachute pants?
I'm not even sure what that's in reference of, but I'm pretty sure I don't want to know.
No, it's MC Hammer.
Oh, God. Oh, okay. All right. No, look this up. Look it up. Dead on hammers. I've had this since 2009. But no, that's my new everyday care. Is like I was gonna get the extendable batons and shit. Like, nah, I need something that looks more serious than that, and something like in case this shit happens again. Like, nah, I'm cracking ribs. I'm cracking skulls. I don't care what the fuck it is, because I don't. Well, that's what the whole DEFCON 2 thing is like. Look, all the intimidation tactics I use. Okay, you make fun of my size or legs or whatever the fuck you want. I'm no small guy, so they should be smart enough to not fucking, do what the fuck they did based on my size alone. No, they're not smart enough to do that. I have all the other intimidation tactics. That shit failed too. I'm glad this fucking happened. Now I could have maybe done Grayman. I could have like walked around like kind of a couple of buildings. I could have did that. I'm glad I didn't though, because now I fucking know. I know for sure these fuckers are that fucking retarded. They still will fucking attack you until you actually show force that they can't fucking deal with. And that's what they ended up finding out. Now it wasn't. Again, I'm with you, Bull Rush. I wish I did more damage. I really wish I did. I'm not gonna poo-poo what I did because I'm here to talk about it, and I'm not in cuffs. I'm not in big boy jail or anything like that.
Well, you gotta. Here's the thing, man. You just have to be really aware of cowards in a group. They get real unafraid.
That's the thing.
Individually,
it was just 2 of them. It was just those 2. Them and their dog. Which, by the way, I would have felt really bad killing the dog, to be honest. Because the dog doesn't fucking know. The dog is just pretending they're just protecting their owner. Whoever is providing for them, however they're providing for them with. Dog doesn't fucking know. Even you said this a while back. Dog can be kind of important.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I would have felt bad about that. These assholes, I would have been more legally than anything else. And that's why I didn't come. I thought about it. Trust me, I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go after these fucking assholes. But hey, I'm on the fucking clock. I got other shit to do.
Did they run away from you?
No, they kept up their kind of strong bravados. Like, he kept his fists up. But every time I approached him, he kind of backed up. That kind of thing. If I kept going, he probably would have tripped over the fucking curb. But this is after I landed that kick. And again, it was just something I just kind of threw out. It was like, get the fuck off of me. Basically. It was kind of, even though it was a psych, it was just kind of a warning. It was like, get off of me.
Yeah. Just be careful. All right. Don't turn your back on people if
oh, I didn't.
Like that.
No, you're 100% right. I did not turn my back on these guys. If for no other reason, I didn't want them breaking my windows. That was the whole reason I approached them to begin with. I didn't want them breaking the fucking window of my car. Like, I don't have the money to fucking replace that shit right now. And guess what? It's gonna be raining here in about a week or 2. I gotta take the freeway in and out of work. Well, I'll tell you that now, though. Again, if you guys are listening, preemptive strikes are now authorized. Carry fucking weapons you could use that that aren't going to carry legal ramifications. I have my dead-on hammer. I just ordered bear mace, and I have other things ready to go. Whatever works for you guys.
Hey, can I show you something real quick?
You're gonna show me real quick. I'll probably have to restart the stream though, because you got about 20 seconds left on this.
All right, just look at that bad boy.
Oh, is this what you had going on earlier? No, it doesn't have the shine of whatever's going on before on the handle. Tell you what, I'm gonna restart this. Show me that in
a
a.
request, or I'll send you a request or something.
Yep. All right, we'll keep this going. Let's do this. I didn't think Bull Rush would be up here, but apparently he is. Okay. Oh, God. I want to go grab my tequila. As Bull Rush is here, who knows how fucking long this is going to go on. Oh. Oh, well, he's there. Okay, he was paying attention. Good. All right. Go Bull Rush back on. Etsy.com / Lazarus Razors. Lazarus as in the person in the Bible that was risen from the dead. That's what Bull Rush does with his razors. So go check those out. I've heard nothing but 5-star reviews as far as his razors go. So LazarusRazors.com. What happened? Wasn't he supposed to show up? Let's do that. All right, there you go. Well, we got the ad in for Lazarus Razors. We got that in.
All right. Yeah, go get some of my fucking razors, man. They're awesome. Yeah, shit right there.
I just gave an ad for that. We're looking at a razor. Those are my colors, man. Red, black. I can see the steel is kind of what's that?
The handles are made of lava flow Kieranite. That's the name of the type of design. Lava flow. It looks like lava. Orange.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's the pattern you're talking about there, not the actual material.
Yeah, I want to show you something cool. Though. Look at the tang on this.
Cannon sells this here, by the way.
Look at the tang. You see how it's got little indentions in it?
Yeah.
Those are hand hammered whenever it was made. The razor maker, whoever produced this, like the individual.
Oh, okay.
They pounded the tang with a little ball peen hammer to add an effect to it. Look at this shit.
Kind of like the old the katanas of old or whatever.
Sort of, yeah. But it's a badass fucking thing, though. That's
it is.
Cool. I like that, and they even followed it. I gotta be careful with this thing because it's sharp.
I believe
all the way back to the tail back here. They pounded little fucking things with a hammer in there.
All right. Well, again, I mean, this leads back to the whole Lazarus thing there. This is something that the original maker of this, not you, but whoever made it, they did all this kind of craftsmanship. Whoever had it, I guess they didn't take very good care of it, and then you came across it and basically restored it. And you're noticing all the things that they're doing, that they did with these razors. Maybe even the old owner didn't even know about this.
What?
Or if they knew about it, they certainly didn't fucking care. Otherwise, it wouldn't be in your care to begin with.
Well, straight razors are kind of an old thing, It's kind of a niche market too, so I don't know why. Well, I mean, I know why people got away from it, but still, I like bringing them back. They just give a better shave, man. I don't know. I don't care what anyone else says. And everyone I've talked to, also who's ever mastered a straight razor, they'll tell you they have a much higher quality shave experience than with anything else. So
basically,
this blade's about 80 or 90 years old.
Jesus Christ.
So all these blades are like 80, 90, 100 years old that I made.
I didn't know they were that old. I mean, I knew they're straight razors, so they're kind of old. I don't know. I was thinking maybe 50, 60, something like that. I'm pretty sure people are going to shave shops and all that stuff, at barbers or whatever, to kind of have like their neck shaved and all this stuff. Maybe back then.
I have an old Wade and Butcher Sheffield straight razor. It's a near wedge. It was made in 1880 something, like in the 1880s. It's in my personal collection.
Holy shit! All right, you're talking. Yeah. That's beyond quality. And how much? The one that you were showing off, how much would that one go for?
Which one?
The one you're just showing off that had like all the markings and stuff.
Oh, I've already sold this one. This is why I'm showing it off right now. I'm selling it to someone already.
Okay. No, well, how much did you sell it to them for? If you can tell. If not, that's fine.
I'll DM it to you.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just gonna guess. I'm gonna take a wild fucking guess that it was more than worth it. If you're getting shit that's like hundreds of fucking years old and stuff, like, holy shit.
Oh well, yeah. Well, the thing is that this blade itself, this is a 6/8 blade because it's a bigger, larger than average for a straight razor. Most of your straight razors are like 5/8 inch. This one's a 6/8, so it's a little bit bigger. It's a little bit heavier. A little bit heavier blade, and it'll cut through some fucking hair. So if you have a long beard or heavy beard growth, a good 6/8 or 7/8 blade is what you want to look for because it'll just pop right through that shit. That's how I know.
I can believe it. Well, I don't think my hair is the thickest, but it is fairly thick, so I probably would have to lean on the safe side. Once I get one of those, I probably have to go for the 6/8. Is what you were saying.
Well, that's the other thing too. Is like with especially with black guys, they have like really tough hair, and a straight razor helps with that too. I don't know why they think so. They usually have some like the consistency of the hair is really thick.
It is, yeah. I mean, and that's common with just brunettes in general. The brunettes are going to have thicker hair than redheads, and redheads are going to have thicker hair than blondes. And I think that's about it, really. But especially once you get into the darker people, like you're going to have thicker hair anyways.
Last place I used to live, I was living by my neighbor was a black dude, and we used to always work out and stuff together. And he kept getting these fucking razor bumps and stuff under his neck and everything whenever he shaved.
Oh yeah, that's common.
And he kept bothering him and stuff. So I let him try out one of my safety razors, like my old double-edged safety razors. And he tried it out for a couple weeks, and I gave him some soap and everything, and showed him how to do it real fast, give him a little crash course. And he did it for a couple weeks. He's like, I saw him. I'm like, how do you like that? He goes, oh, man, I love it. He's like, I don't have any razor bumps anymore. I'm like,
nice.
Oh, cool, you can keep it.
Awesome.
So he's like, no, man. I'm like, no, just keep it. I got. At the time, I had like a couple dozen double-edged razors, man.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot you did the double-edged razors too.
Huh?
No, I forgot you did the double-edged razors too. I think that's what Nick uses. I had to use his bathroom to go shower and do other things when I was staying with him. I think that's what he uses. I don't know if it's yours, but that's what he uses actually.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Yeah.
So maybe a customer as far as that goes as well.
I've got some stuff in the works for my site. I'm gonna start bringing some double-edged razors to sale also. So guys, because it's kind of a hard thing to go from like a cartridge razor to a fucking straight razor. It's hard to make that jump. Most guys, they usually go from like a cartridge to a double-edged safety razor, and then they'll go to a straight razor. That's usually the progression of it. That's from what I've seen.
Oh.
Except my stupid ass, I went straight to a straight razor.
Hey, why not jump in with both feet and a lot of noise, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Now, for me, I mean, I guess I'd be a bit different, but I had like, what was it, like kind of the precision trimmers and stuff. and I ended up getting a foil shaver. It was a brown foil shaver, which I've gotten like 2 or 3 replacement foils for it because I've actually worn through most of them. It works basically for my needs. I'm definitely okay with those. I definitely do like once I get shit in order here, of which I'm pretty sure you heard of some of what the fuck has been going on my end.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can understand, but yeah, I definitely want to give that a shot. Basically, from what you say, people may be kind of turned off as far as like you'll get the blades that are pretty fucking sharp. So basically, like you could have paper look at it and it'll just slice itself open. And we talked about the with like blades and swords and all this kind of stuff. But the thing about like sharp swords, like it doesn't have to do as much work. You're more likely to cut yourself on a dull blade than you are a professionally sharpened blade because you're not doing as much work.
Absolutely, because the thing is like anytime you have a knife or anything, you have to understand it's a tool just like anything else, like a hammer or a screwdriver. If you don't have that tool in a condition of optimal performance, it's not going to do its job properly.
Exactly.
And that's what I look at. Pocket knives, skinning knives, any kind of knife, straight razor. They're all tools in the end.
Yeah.
So they're all tools, and especially if you're a man and you're going to have tools, you're going to have to maintain those tools, or else they're not going to work for you.
Exactly. Yeah. 100%.
It's just like it's like my guns, my knives, all that stuff. You pick any of them up, they're going to be in perfect working order. They have to be, because I might have to depend on them one day.
Exactly.
And part of having stuff like that is to maintain it well, maintain it properly, in case you need to use it.
Ask me how I know. Just today.
That's right. Ask me. We got to get shirts made. Ask me how I know.
Right. And no, it'd be funny. We would get the shirts made. It is still the same statement. Ask me how I know, but it's like 100 different scenarios. There's like women there. There's like fights. There's knives and shit involved. Like all kind. There's you making the razors. there's me kicking skateboarders and shit. Like, hey, ask me how I know.
Well, you're gonna have some stories to tell your kids in the future. I know that.
If I have kids, I had a vasectomy, right?
What?
I had a vasectomy.
Oh, you did? Ooh.
Yeah. So if I have kids, it's gonna be planned. Like it ain't gonna be no fucking accident.
There you go.
By the way, you can have kids even if you've had a vasectomy, just in case you were wondering. There's ways to extract the sperm and all that shit. I think there's at least 4 of them now.
Yeah. I just do it the old-fashioned way. I just put a condom on, so.
Nothing wrong with that. I was very religious about that before I had that done.
Yeah, I've always I've had a couple instances where, just more than a couple where girls have told me not to put one on. Like, and they'll tell you stuff. They're like, "Oh, I've already had my tubes tied, and I can't have kids." Some shit. Don't ever believe them, dude.
Nope.
Don't ever believe them.
Nope. You're 100% right about that.
Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story real quick. There's a girl that I used to work with, and she, me and her, she didn't want to get together with me. She's a little bit older than I was. But I always kept shit separate, my work and stuff from my personal life. So like I think she came in one day and she was picking up her last paycheck. I didn't know about it, and I was talking to her and she mentioned it. So I was like, let's go out. Asked her out and stuff. We went. I met her over at her apartment. Anyway,
all right.
Stuff was happening, and I was wearing condiments, and she's like, no, I already had kids and stuff. You have to do that. And she's like, I already have my tube side. And I'm like, no, I think I'll do that. I think I'll keep one on. And so, what was it about shit, about 6 months ago, right? I was talking to a buddy of mine that used to work with me at the same place and knew the same girl. And he was telling me, yeah, she had another kid. The kid's like 5 years old. I'm like, what? And I'm like, that bitch told me she couldn't have kids no more. She had her tubes tied. Lying girl. See?
Wait, do women lie? I didn't know. I'm glad I was sitting down for this. No, but you know who Tom Likas is, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, put it this way.
I've been listening to Likas since like 2014, man. Before it was cool.
Jeez, when did I listen? I tell you, you know when I started listening to him actually, and then I started listening to him again. My dad, he worked for Frito-Lay at the time, so he would go to distributors. He had the Frito-Lay truck or whatever. The big kind of box truck that had all the chips and all this shit in it. And this was back in 2001, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. And I remember he would come and pick me up. It would be the times where I wasn't, taking the bus home, which would take over an hour, by the way. I figured out afterwards I actually would. It was faster for me to bike home than it was to take the bus.
Yo, what were you, like 10 years old then?
No, when I got into high school, keep in mind, my birthday is it's in the summer holidays, so I would turn whatever age I was before I got back into school. So I was about 13 when I got back when I was in 9th grade. 17th once I graduated. So I was 13 or whatever. This is back in 2001. By the way, second day I was in fucking high school. That was 9/11. My mom shows up to come pick me up, and I'm like, what the fuck? Now, I already had a fucking reputation of just getting shit started up. Hey, I wonder where this shit got started, by the way. I'm literally like, what the fuck did I do this time? She's like, you did nothing. You're fine this time. The fucking towers just got bombed. We want you to hang out at your grandma's house instead. But that fucking, yeah. And my dad, he would come, my pops, not my biological father, the black father. He wants me to call him Pops, so I call him Pops. He will come pick me up in the Frito-Lay truck. Either take me home, or we'll go to the distribution center because he had to, put out inventory, like things he wasn't able to get rid of, things he needed to put in the truck or whatever. And I'm sitting there and I'm listening to, he was on a 97.1, what was it, free radio. That's what it was called, KLS, I think. He was on from 3 to 7, and they replayed the 3 to 4 hour from 7 to 8. And so I got to listen to a lot of things. And I still remember what he had to say. It was, the guy's going to go to hell because he doesn't believe in God. But, listen to everything else he has to say because he's 100% right. And I remember listening to that, like 13, 14 years old. This is how I got. If I hadn't listened to him, I wouldn't have known who you or Rob or anyone else was. I wouldn't have thought of that. I ended up getting back to him. I was working at a Robinson Helicopter Company. You know what Robinson Helicopter Company is? I think Bull Rush is busy in the background here, so I'll just answer that question. They're basically a standalone. Like the only thing this factory does not have, they don't have the foundry. They don't make their own metal. But literally everything else they do is in-house. They fabricate most of the parts. Here are Robinson R44, R22 helicopters. R66, I think, is the one that's the turbine. Basically, they make it complete with their own airfield. They actually, if you look in Torrance, look at Robinson Helicopter Companies. They're in Torrance, California. They also have their own airfield. They have test pilots that fly their helicopters before they release them for use. I used to work there, and I had thought, I was like, wonder what happened with this Lycus guy. And I just tuned. I somehow remembered 97.1, tuned it in, and he was right there. And I was hooked from that ever since. I remember the day he went off the air. I remember playing that. I actually got let go from a job opportunity because apparently I didn't arrive on time. And I heard about that. If I hadn't got let go from that job opportunity, I would not have known that Tom Likas was going to be going off the air the next day. There's a whole lot behind that story, by the way.
Damn.
Oh, yeah. So I was there almost from the day that he actually came back in 2012. He went off the air in 2009, actually. I believe it was in February, if I remember correctly. He went back on the air within April of 2012. I was there for it. And literally, like, when he did it, within like a minute or two, like all of his servers ended up crashing because so many people were trying to tune back into, you know, his thing. Like, not just in LA, but like all over the fucking world. You know, I even have I think I have a couple of calls that I think I recorded. They should be on my computer, but I have a couple of calls that I called in with him about. I even went to one of his dinners. Do you know he did dinners as kind of fundraisers? I did quite a few in the LA area. The Beer Belly, that's one place I want to visit. And if for no other reason, that is in K-Town, and that's where Hot Russian X used to live. So I know that area pretty fucking well. Beer Belly was not around when we were a thing out there. So I'm pretty sure that's new. But he would get around like in all kinds of different areas. San Francisco, Minneapolis, Portland. I went to the one that he had up here. It was at Palisade in the Magnolia neighborhood in Seattle, or basically the Seattle area. It was awesome. I remember I was like one of the first people that showed up. By the way, I biked there. And at the time, that was about like 35 miles away up a bunch of hills. So it took me a couple hours. Oh, yeah. I even got, I still have the valet thing. I got valet for my bike. I shit you not. I still have the pictures. I have the guy with my bike, like, you know, handed me the fucking valet thing.
Did he get on the bike and ride it, or did he fucking just walk it over to wherever?
I don't know what he did. I think, you know, I think I just got that and then I just locked it up or whatever.
Holy shit.
But yeah, that's what I did. And this one, it was, if you went to this, they're like $400 basically. And that, it paid not only for the meal or whatever, it paid for all their travel expenses and all this other shit, you know, that you wouldn't think, you know, if you're traveling somewhere and you're having people meet you there, a lot of things you wouldn't think about. So it was actually reasonable what they did. And they still made a profit doing that. Yeah, there was like, God, what was it? It was like 27 people there. One of them there was one woman there. Do you know how I got excommunicated from the Third Ram Militia?
What?
I got excommunicated. The Third Ram Militia, that's listeners to the Gary Dina show. Gary was the producer for Tom Likas' show. Dina was a call screener. And so they had their own show. They still have it to this day. It's one of the longest running podcasts of all time, actually. Right next to Joe Rogan.
Damn.
Oh yeah, they've been doing. They celebrated their 10th anniversary like months ago, and so I've been part of that until recently. The only woman there, what's her name? Mandy. She's from Portland, Oregon. You know what Tom Likas? Sorry, go ahead.
Don't say nothing. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, the only woman there, Mandy from Portland, Oregon. By the way, home of the other white meat. I'm pretty sure you've heard that before. Yeah. And she pretty much encapsulates home of the other white meat. She is the embodiment of that. I'm fine with that. She's just a listener or whatever. She had 2 cherries with her, and she actually managed to tie them into knots with her tongues. I still have one of the knots with me. I managed to carry that away from there. She ended up getting COVID, and she ended up getting she actually works as a nurse. So she ended up getting contaminated with like some test samples or something like that, and she got some serious complications. And one of the things that I pointed out was like, okay, fine, you got COVID, but you're literally pre-diabetic. Like, you're fat. You're not fat. Like, you're someone that I could probably deal with. You're on the border. Like, the pin on the fat grenade is like halfway out of the grenade, but you're pretty fucking heavy. And I don't know, if you want me to message me off of here, if you want me to send you her profile so you could judge it for yourself. You're on Instagram now, that's why you're on here. I could send you her profile. You can judge for yourself. She did not take a liking to that. And it's ended up in this whole fucking thing. Or Patty, she's one of the Hall of Famers there. I ended up in. It wasn't just that; it was the whole Black Lives Matter thing. I'll tell you what. Apparently, even if you're black and you speak out against that, it doesn't matter. Apparently, only the narrative matters. I don't know if you knew that.
They don't care. They just want to cause trouble.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, black guys that's from Inglewood, of all fucking places, you think they might want to listen to somebody who's been there, who's literally dealt with fucking drive-bys, who's fucking biked through them at the age of fucking 6. Wanted to have the grandma come out on bad knees, who otherwise needs a fucking walker or cane or whatever, literally run out to come grab my ass out of there so I didn't get fucking shot. I had a fucking chalk outline on the fucking driveway of their property. By the time, his mom or my mom fucking shows up. That shit fucking happened. I wish I could make that up. Nah, that guy, his opinion, it doesn't matter. You know why? It doesn't fit the narrative. Apparently not. Okay, fine. But I'll grant her this. At least she did like what most women did. They kind of fucking rambled. Me and her, we met face to face so many times. Like, she was like, at least I want to at least hear him out. And so she did that whole thing, like the honest interview with Patty. That's what that is. And if you want, let me know. I can send you that link as well. I think it did a pretty good job of finding cover arts and the chicks there as well. Her thing is purple, by the way. That's why I picked the chick that had like the purple pants or something. The Mexican that had purple pants, by the way. But at least she fucking reached out. At least she said something. It's like, okay, look, I know this person, so I want to at least hear what he has to say. Maybe I don't agree, but I want to hear what he has to say. You know, I got to give her that. I granted she forgot to unblock me on Twitter, which doesn't matter anymore because I don't have that account anymore, anyways. And now we follow each other on different accounts, the account that I have now. But I'm still kind of excommunicated from all the other. Most of the Third Man Militia, they're cool with me. Mike Schwing is cool with me. Charlie Shaughnessy's cool with me. It's the main people that's kind of worrying. It's like Gary, like I've been asking him, like they're still doing the Zoom meetings and shit, and asking him, like, is it okay if I join there or whatever? And usually he'll at least get back to me or whatever. He's not even doing that. And so that would be worrying, but you know what? I'm glad I know about that ahead of time. I know about this 30 days ahead of time. Okay, I can't rely on this guy. Good to know now. I can rely on Bull Rush. I can rely on maybe Amos Joseph, Nick Schulater, Rob Says, whatever. I can rely on Tin Line Burn. This guy, apparently not part of Tin Line Burn, even though I've supported him for fucking years. He's been a long-running, sponsor of the show. I still support him. GaryDino.com. You want to get rid? If you want to just listen to some shit that maybe they talk about some politics or some every once in a while, but they just talk about random shit, go listen to them. I still support that. But this is what fucking drove a wedge between us. Even though, literally beforehand, it was like, they love my content. They wanted to do everything they could to help me, make it, expand beyond what it is. That's what they said. Literally Hitler, that's what they said.
That's crazy.
It is. As tight-knit as a Third Man. Dude, these are people who like somebody has like a medical condition and then they'll donate I guess to the Garadino people and they will fucking distribute it there. If somebody has like a medical problem, most of the Third Man Militia, they would donate for that to help this certain person. It doesn't matter who they are. It just matters that they listen. They would just don't. They have a whole thing where like it's what do you call it? I can't remember what it's called, but basically, if you can't pay their service, in case you don't know, it's a paid service. You pay $5 or is $10 a month now. It used to be $5 a month, $50 a year. Now it's $10 a month, $100 a year, of which I'm 100% in support of, based on all the content that they have. They should have done this a long time ago. And by the way, I paid that. And I 100% support it. Because they support all this. They do all the servers. They host all the server fees and all this stuff. Same thing that I do. I'm pretty sure the same thing that you do maybe on your end and all the other people do.
Right.
That shit costs money. What I do, it costs money. Not as much as I thought it was going to this year, but it costs money. To host shit from way back in 2016, like my first fucking podcast, I have to host that shit. It costs money to keep it up online. And it's the same thing with them. They started back in 2010. And so they charge for that. And they should. I'm 100% in favor of that. And I've supported it. And I was like, that's what got us broken up? Really? I've texted Gary multiple times or emailed him multiple times like, hey, do you want me to come in the Zoom meeting or whatever? Is that okay? And usually he'll at least get back to me. He hasn't even got back to me. Now, maybe I'll have to check to make sure that my email is getting to him. That's been an issue because I'm using my personal email. Sometimes that's a problem. But from what I can tell, I know I get the feeling he's getting my email and he's just ignoring it. And that's not in character for him. So I don't know if he's doing it on purpose. I'll try some other stuff. We'll see. I already have a video. I was like, okay, fine. I've been excommunicated from a group that I thought I could fucking rely on. But guess what? I got another group I can rely on. There's Team Let 'em Burn. I'm glad I found people like you, Bull Rush. There's Kevin and Sells. There's Nick Shoelander. There's Rob Says. There's literally everybody else. That all the people that we're in contact with. Safety PhD. Cappy. Aaron Clary. The Masking Geek podcast. Pretty much all of them. Including TJ Martinell. All the people who commented. Mick Tubis. The Bit. Everybody else. You know what? Joe Curl. Amos Josephs. People I just spent, 3 or 4 days just spending time with them. Okay. Maybe they're not in the best metabolic shape, obviously. Based on what I've seen. There's work we could do there. That's something that I'm going to be dealing with within the next few days or so, because I want to make sure that they're fucking good with that. I want them to be in the best shape that they could be in. But even then, I rather hedge my bets with them than anyone else. I knew the Third Man Militia, because a lot of them are left-leaning. I knew that was going to happen. And so I kind of prepared for it. I knew that was going to happen. Now, I kept most of my stuff kind of to myself. And so most of them still don't know my politics, actually. It was just this kind of thing. I guess I just kind of ran my mouth, which I'm known to do. And that kind of exposed things. I knew it was going to happen. But whatever. It happened. And so now I know I can't rely on them. I can rely on people like you. I can rely on people like the other members of Team Let 'em Burn. And that's who I would rather rely on. Of course, I'd have to fight my way to get to you guys. You're down in Houston. I'm up in near Seattle or whatever. That's about 2,000 miles away. If it comes to... Yeah. I've taken faster trips than that. Depends on what I got going on. But again, I'd rather rely on that. Keep in mind, you don't have to answer truthfully as far as this goes. Let's just say I just travel down there and I don't have any guns. How many guns do you have just ready to go that you're willing to admit to?
How many you have ready to go?
That you're willing to admit to. Shotguns, rifles, pistols, all that stuff. That you want to actually admit to. Nothing that you don't want to admit to. Do not Trust me, I know people who build ghost guns and all this shit. Don't put those out there. Just things that you're okay with having out there.
What do you mean, like ready to go, though? How do you define that?
Ready to go? Something that's ready to shoot.
Like
maybe it's loaded. Maybe it's loaded, or it's ready to be fired, basically, whether it's loaded or not.
Well, I have one rifle that's condition 1, which means it's ready to go. All I have to do is put it on my shoulder and pull the trigger.
Okay.
There's a round in the chamber. Everything's on and ready to go. It's all safety. That one's beside my bed.
Okay.
The other ones are not condition 1. They're all loaded, but the round's not chambered. And I have about 4 more of those.
Actually, well, that will count, actually. The reason I ask, because there are people, they don't have, maybe they actually do have, go ahead.
Wait a second. Hold on, let me see. I got to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 altogether. One's condition 1, or 2 are condition 1. One is my concealed carry weapon. The other one is this Big Brother.
That's what I figured.
Not condition 1. It's loaded, but it's not. Round's not chambered in it. There's my rifle beside my bed, my AR, and that's condition 1, ready to pull the trigger. So that's 2 that are condition 1, and I have my Grendel. I have my Grendel and I have my shotgun.
You talked about the Grendel. I remember that.
Yeah, because that's my 6.5 AR Grendel. That's my long distance gun. It's like I have rounds for it. I have magazines for it. I just
believe it
because I had to clean it a few days ago. So but it's close. I mean, it's in a condition that all these guns are ready to be fired. I just have to load them and prep them. The usual.
Well, no. Well, that's what I'm asking. Okay, maybe they're not chambered, but fine. It's ready to go. So you have about 5 or 6 guns or something. They're ready to go. How many guns can you fire at one time with any particular accuracy? There's a reason I'm asking this question.
How many can I fire at once with accuracy? Just 1. That's with anybody.
Exactly. And so if someone like me, if I show up, maybe I have other weapons or something, but I don't have firearms, I'm going to guess you're going to be okay with me taking one of the other firearms just to cover your ass?
I'll give you my daughter's .22 rifle. Actually, come to think of it, hold on a second. I keep on forgetting about that shit, too.
Oh, Jesus.
She's got 2 guns here. She's got 2 .22 rifles here, too. So it's like, hold on, let me do that. I got my Grendel, my lever action, my shotgun, my AR, my two pistols, and my daughter's 2 rifles. Hold on. That's like 8 or 9 fucking... I didn't even know I had that many. Holy shit.
Well, I'm glad I asked. Okay, yeah. All right.
22 also.
You want your ass covered with this guy who actually is damn near a fucking... What do you call it? A fucking crack shot with damn near everything. Okay, you're gonna give him your daughter's rifle. Okay, fine. Okay, that's nice. There you go.
I'll give you a lever action 22. Hey, you can fuck some people up with that thing, man.
Oh yes, you can. Trust me, I practiced with one of those actually. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can fuck someone up with a 22 round. They're long rifles, so they're gonna get out there.
I'd rather have magnums, but okay, fine. If you're gonna do 22 LRs,
fine. They want you 22 mag.
Huh? Is it 22 mag?
No, it's a lever action. It's a lever action Henry rifle. It shoots 22 shorts and 22 long rifle.
Wait, what's 22 short? I've never heard of that.
Yeah, you got 22 short, you got 22 long, and then you got 22 Win mag.
Yeah, that's the round that I'm familiar with. It's smaller, but it has a lot more powder behind it, so it makes it kind of comparable to the 9 mil, even though it's smaller.
I don't know if you want to compare it to a 9mm though.
That's what a lot of people do. That's why I know about that.
No, but you'll be fine. I'll just give you a little rifle. And you fucking. I think it holds
give me
like
some of. Hey,
so
22 mag. Give me that one. I'm fine with that. That I can do some damage with.
I think it holds like 12 or 15 rounds, man. It's tube fed, so all you gotta do is just.
Well, that means I have to feed the tube. That's gonna be endeavor. But I understand it. It's gonna depend on how many people are coming there.
Do what?
It's gonna depend on how many people are coming. Okay, I may have maybe 15 rounds tops. I have to make all 50 rounds count, but then I have to reload it. Honestly, I'll be dead honest with you. I don't know how to reload a
tube-fed magazine.
Exactly.
I can show you. It's easy. It's not that hard. It's just a little time consuming.
That's my point. It's time consuming. That's the part. That's the problem. I don't know. I know how to do it with the shotgun. I don't know how to do it with the rifle, actually. With the lever action specifically. I've never had to fire one of those.
Lever actions come in two different flavors. You can. I think Henry's the last one to have lever actions that are tube fed because no one makes them anymore. But I think last year Henry actually started coming out with side loading gate.
Jesus.
On their rifle, so they kind of modernized. They caught up to everyone last year. So now they got side loading, side load gate on their rifles that you can get.
Last year they should have done like 100 years ago, but okay, fine.
Yeah, they should have done about 100 years ago. But I mean, it's Henry. I still love their rifles though. I mean, I think compared to like the Winchesters and
Henry, actually, now that you mentioned that's who's been being advertised. What was it? Henry Repeating Arms. That's who's being advertised on AM radio right now. That's who's being advertised. Like their shotguns and their long rifles or whatever. That's what's being advertised.
They're all Henry lever actions. They're all American made. Everything they source, every part of that gun that they make is sourced from America. Even the wood and stuff they use on the stock and forend, it comes from American wood suppliers.
They make a point of pointing that out.
Yeah, they do. Because they're
which is I'm not slamming them for that. That's fine.
Because they're the last arms company in this country that actually does that. Colt, Winchester, they all outsource their shit.
Well,
overseas.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Because I know they pretty much do a lot of things here. What do you think of Keltec? That's a company that I'm partial to. I know they get a lot of flack for things, but that's why I wanted to ask you.
I can't give you like my opinion because I've never put my hands on a Keltec before. I've read a lot of shit about Keltec. And
they're very controversial. That's why I'm asking.
What?
They're very controversial. That's why I'm asking. Now, you have people who love it. You have people who hate it. There's no rule in between. And I don't know if you know about this. That's kind of the thing that actually draws me in. Is like, okay, I like what they're doing. Actually, the way they do things, I like the way they do it.
Keltec, they have some really good ideas, and the thing is, like, some of their shit works and some of it doesn't, and that's what kind of bothers me. I've never had my hands on a Keltec before. I can't give you an honest, like, objective opinion about it. If I did, I'd be lying to you because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about because I've never touched one before.
Okay, fair enough.
I can't even. I mean, if it was laying on the ground and I had to use it and I had nothing else to use, yeah, I'd use it. But I don't even have enough, like, I don't have enough experience with it to even say whether it's good or not. You know what I'm saying? I've read a bunch of stuff. I've read a lot of reviews on Keltec, both the company and their various products, but I've never touched one, so I can't tell you. Like, I can tell you about the Henrys because I've had Henrys all my life. I've had other
Henrys. I could say I think I fired a couple of those, so I could say they're pretty good. So I understand what you mean. You know, you want to advertise things that you've actually used before. So both of us, we fired those. So I understand that. So when it comes to Keltec, if we not fired those, I get it.
I can tell you what what I've heard about them, but as far as like telling you what I personally, I can't tell you because I'd be talking out of my ass. So I can't. I mean, just go out there and let me know. Shit.
Well, that's what I'm gonna be doing. My open carry is gonna be their PMR 30 and their CMR 30. Do you know what those are?
No. What are they? Are they shotguns?
Well, no, they're not shotguns. The 30 part, it's their magazine, and basically it's 22 Magnum, but you can carry 30 of them in each magazine, and you can have it in either a pistol form or you can have it in carbon form. Both of them except the same. They're basically the same fucking thing. But the carbon form obviously is a 16-inch barrel.
Okay.
The PMR, that pistol is like 4 inches or something like that.
Oh, wow.
What you expect for a pistol.
Right.
But they're like super fucking compatible. And from what I've seen...
The C30?
Huh?
What's the name of it again? Keltec what?
CMR 30 or PMR 30. Either one, they're going to lead to the same thing because they're pretty much interchangeable. That's the idea. It's like it's the perfect kind of pairing. You can have the pistol and you can have the carbon.
Oh,
and basically you have like a million fucking... You can have like a million magazines, and they take the same magazine, they take the same round. It's pretty much the same fucking thing. Now, obviously, the carbon will shoot farther. You can hit something with about 200 yards away easily.
Is the magazine up inside the grip?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
it's in the grip.
Making sure, I was looking at pictures here. I'm like, is that the magazine up in the grip? That's weird.
And that's the crazy thing, you know. And as far as
it's almost like a bullpup design. It's almost reminiscent of a bullpup design.
Oh, Keltec is very well known for the bullpups. So I can talk about that as well. But as far as that's more straightforward. That I actually do want to get at some point. Like their 762s or 556 and all that shit. They have bullpups for that. But as far as that goes, it's the same fucking thing. It's very compatible. So we talk about a go bag, like you want to carry like, I don't know, you want to carry 20 magazines? By the way, if you compare the size of a 22 mag compared to a 9mm Luger round, okay, the 9mm Luger round is larger. You can carry over twice as many 22 mag, not 22 LR, but 22 mag. You can carry way more. You know, if you need to, than just your 9mm. By the way, Keltec, they do make 9mm stuff. Look up what was it? The Sub 2000. It's a folding rifle, actually. It's a folding carbon, actually. It accepts Glock and Smith & Wesson's clips, actually. But what I'm talking about, those are things you might want to carry. That's what I would carry. So you can shoot somewhere like 2, 3, 2-3 fucking kilometers away with that. And it's not rifle material, but you can still shoot someone 3 fucking kilometers away with just that. And then you have a pistol that uses the same fucking ammo. I don't know if you know about this. If you have the same ammo that can be used across different platforms, guess what? You're doing pretty fucking good.
Well, yeah, that's why.
And by the way, that ammo, if it's coming out of a pistol, pretty fucking hot too.
That's why cowboys back in the day, they used to carry a rifle and their pistol. They'd have the pistols and rifles would be they'd be chambered in the same round. So you'd have rifles that were running 45, either 45 or 44 Colt chambers. So were their pistols.
I mean, well, I'm talking about 22 mag. I mean, that's nowhere close to that, but still. If you're talking about, like taking out other people, you don't need that much. You don't need that much to take out other people, really. And then especially if you're talking about maybe other uses, like, I don't know, hunting. You can use that to hunt as well. You don't want to obliterate your...
You're not really going to kill medium... They're not really designed to go after medium-sized game. So if you're thinking you're going to take out a deer with a 22 mag, well... I hope you're a really good shot.
Well, maybe. I'm thinking smaller game, actually, as far as that goes.
Oh, yeah. Well, 22 is a good varmint round, for like rabbit and squirrel and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly. But, you would have something else for that. And just so I could present, if I had something for that, if you really need power, you can have the Keltec. You can have the KS7 or you can have the KSG. The KSG would be the one that has a dual tube, as opposed to the KS7 that has just a single tube. That's what they did that because reasons. I'd love to have the dual tube. That means one tube you can have bird shot in it or whatever, or just buckshot. The other tube you can have slugs in. Now, if you're worried about power, you need to take something out really fucking powerful. I'm pretty sure a slug out of a shotgun is going to do that. Just as well as a 5.66 round is going to do it. Probably even more so. So you can take something out really well with that.
Take a what?
Well, a slug is going to do much more damage than this 5.56 round is going to do. That's just my just my when I was.
I don't know. That depends.
It depends on what you're hitting, but I don't know.
Well,
my thing is
on distance and stuff like that too, because if you're wanting to hit something out about 150 yards, that 12 gauge slug ain't gonna make it.
I don't know about that.
That 5.56 will reach out and touch them after 150. I don't like making comparisons like that and you got to be careful comparing stuff like that because a lot of it is contextual.
You're right, and the reason I even do that is because all the fucking dude bros like, dude, bro, you need to have like 1 million fucking rounds of 5.56, and that's what you're gonna eat off your dinner table, and you're gonna use that to shoot off 1 million other fucking people, and you have your 9mm, that's your door stop, your ammo can or whatever, that kind of bullshit. That's what I'm fighting against. I understand what you're saying. But I have to fucking deal with these assholes as well. Trust me.
I look at it like, a lot of times also too, you understand they don't understand context of what, because that stuff's really specific. And because I've heard that a lot of people say that too, where someone like, what kind of gun should I run for home defense? They're like, get a shotgun. You won't miss. It's like, dude, are you serious?
Wait a minute. What? You won't miss? It's still like what? The spread is what, like 7%? Trust me, you can miss.
The spread, it's very small. It's I wish I had my diagrams up. I have visual aids that I had, but the spread on double wall block from a 12-gauge shotgun back in a home defense situation at like 20 feet or 30 feet, it's less than the. I'll tell you, it's less than the. It's less around.
It's very small.
So if you look at the top of the soda can, like the very top of it, the round part, it's the grouping is smaller than that. So
wow, it's even damn. I didn't realize that was that small.
Yeah,
but it makes sense.
People don't understand that because they've never shot. See, people that say that they've never actually shot a shotgun in a close quarter environment and actually looked at their pattern and stuff like that. See, that's very dangerous too.
Exactly.
It might be a good idea to know how big your group pattern is and how.
I might have to restart this, by the way.
Wide that grouping pattern is across. You see what I'm saying?
I'm gonna have to restart this, by the way. Jesus. Hang on. Christ. Well, that's still working. And it's almost out of battery power, so we're going to be ending this pretty soon. Bull Rush is giving us a lesson here that, you know, he learned actually being in the service and all this stuff. Oh, he's here. Okay. We'll go about like 10, maybe 15 minutes or so. At least I actually recorded this, or it's on YouTube or whatever. Bull Rush, you're live again. Sorry to... I didn't try to cut you off. That's what Instagram did there.
Yeah, I heard you say you're going to have to restart it.
We got about like 10 minutes or so based on what I'm looking at here.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, honestly, man, if I had to tell anybody right now what a good home defense gun to be to run, I would suggest, like, if without having to have a long discussion with them, would be to run, you know, like an SBR or something like that. Something.
What's an SBR?
Like a short-barreled rifle, something like 12 inches or less on the rifle, like an AR platform, like 11, 12-inch AR platform maybe, or less.
Something that's, it'd be easier to wield indoors, better for close-quarter combat, basically.
Yeah, you can either, you can choose to either run 5.56 out of that, or you can choose to run pistol cartridges like 9mm or 45. They make them, so it just depends on what you're comfortable with and what you can.
I'll be more comfortable with 9mm or maybe 45 if you don't have that. 5.56, that's a little bit high powered for just kind of close quarters. I'm not saying that's a bad thing to have, but I would say it would be a little bit higher powered. I don't think most people could handle that. So I would think 9mm or your other pistol round, basically. What you said, I think that would be better for that.
Yeah, 5.56, 9mm, 45. Any of those cartridges would work fine. Reason I don't say a shotgun a whole lot, and I know a lot of people like to go to that, is because, you know, a lot of times you might have a girl who's not big. I mean, women are small, and if you have to engage multiple people, the recoil on a 12 gauge shooting either a slug or double or triple aught buck is pretty intense. So it might.
Well, then she has to reload it every time. She shoots and then she has to reload it every single time.
Well, that's what I'm talking about too, because a shotgun is a shotgun. Running a shotgun in a high stress situation is a lot more complex than running an AR platform.
Right. Exactly. No, you're 100% right. By the way, that's something I hadn't even thought about. I always push shotgun for that as something I was going to get at some point. But I have the training to run that through. Most people don't.
Yeah, you got to train with that. You got to train with all this stuff, though. None of this stuff matters if you don't train with the weapon that you have. Now,
exactly.
Taking it to a damn gun range and shooting at paper targets. You actually have to take it and run situations and stuff at a range, or get some kind of basic tactical training or something.
100%. Yeah, definitely.
And you have to keep doing it. Even me, because those are skill sets that you lose if you don't keep them up. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They're what they're called perishable skill sets.
Ask me how I know with what the fuck happened tonight. Ask me how I know.
Absolutely. So, yeah, it really doesn't matter what you choose. To be honest with you, it really doesn't matter what you choose. Just be able to run. Just be able to know that whatever you're running, whatever gun you choose, know how to run it. Know its kinks and its all its weird stuff, and know how to run it, man. I'm more worried about the one person that has one gun than a person that's got 1,000 guns.
Exactly.
That person that's got that one gun has probably had that gun their whole fucking life and they know how to use it.
Exactly. No, you're 100% right. You're 100% right about that. You have the guy who we have the guy who like has 1 million guns, but he only knows how to use it every once in a while. We have the guy who has like 1 or 2 guns,
I'll tell you a story.
and he knows how to use them pretty fucking well.
A couple months ago on Twitter, I saw this thing over in Austin where this militia group was guarding a statue over in Austin. There's a bunch of young guys with ARs, and they had this old guy. He had a fucking lever action, like an old Marlin or Winchester, and they were kind of making fun of him on Twitter. I'm like, dude, I wouldn't fuck with that old man with that goddamn lever action.
No, I wouldn't either. Holy shit, no. You know what he can fucking do with that? I'm pretty sure he can pretty fucking put whatever the hell he wanted to target, he could probably fucking hit. I don't want to be a part of that. No fucking way.
I bet your old man will tear your ass up with that damn lever action.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be part of that. Nah. Winning. No. That's an easy one. No, I'm not getting involved in that at all.
Like it was new. Because his four stock and stuff, that forend it looked pretty used.
I don't care. I don't care.
Well, I'm saying that because it probably has been. He probably has used that damn thing a lot. That's what I'm saying. It don't look like it's been off the rack yesterday. It looks like it's been in the family for some years. And I'm like, nah, I wouldn't want to find out.
Exactly. It's like, nah, I'm good. Look, I got people that I want to guide to make them more healthy and all this other shit. You know, there's the fitness and nutrition and shit. That's what I'm working on. I'm not doing that. Fuck that. Y'all have fun with that shit. I'm out. Bye. See ya. I'm just gonna disappear when that ends up being a thing. And by the way, I can recognize when it's the fucking thing. When I recognize the thing, it's like, bye, see ya, I'm out. Y'all have fun with that shit. You guys have fun with it. I'm out. I'm not dealing with it. I'm looking at it right now. I got the fight for 15 and all this other shit going on here. I'm looking at it right now. I'm doing good. I could be okay with paring that down. The material that I have is much better than you think. But otherwise, nah, fuck this. I'm out.
Hey, I'm gonna have to bounce. I gotta get some stuff taken care of.
Exactly. Take care, man.
All right, take it easy, brother.
Do we need to? Well, there goes Will Rush, and he had to deal with, all kind of crazy shit. I had to battle all this other shit because I guess that was the fucking thing. But I'll tell you what, I guess I'll go ahead and cut that off. That's what the borders had. So until next time, stay ready, keep it tactical, and above all else, keep it tactical, my friends. Thank you for doing that. It's just less supplied, but guess what? That's what they put out there. Why do you think I'm doing it in this format? It's what they're after.